right, so you guys are making a booklet. You're going to fold it in half this way. If you want to say I'm doing it, I'm doing it this way. We have a booklet. Okay, and then the scissors are to please the whole thing, because then it will be more flat. See how I just cut the front flap here? Here. How do you find it before that? There you go. Yep, sit there and pull over to them. Pull that desk over there. Okay, flap as well. Hey, I'm recording. Okay, so does anybody need any help cutting flaps? If we need extra scissors because somebody's taking, I've scissors. All right, so we have divide to proportionally. And the converse is also true. So it says if a line parallel, so that means I've got some parallel lines here. We're going to mark these two parallel. Okay? So if we have this, where we've got two lines parallel, it's going to divide up the sides into actually, let me go over this way. BD. Just as CE and DE would make the same ratio. This is different than what we were doing before. I mean, it's same. It's still proportions, but it's like not the this little. So we're going to, oh, and the converse is also if they are proportional. That's what the converse means. All right, so we've got two. Find x. So we can say that x, and you see they're marked parallel, x corresponds to 27. How are we going to solve that? Cross multiply. 27x equals, okay, I might take out my calculator. $9.4. I said, can anyone do it in their head before I find my calculator? I'm sorry, John. It's 594. Okay. Verse 22. One of them. This is my favorite. Because that's my birthday. 22 is my birthday. All right. Next one. Find x. Find x.
Oh, I think I know how.
You think?
Yes.
Tell me what you think. Over 16 is equal. Okay, you cross multiply that. See what you get. Raylan. Sir. I didn't know if she had a calculator though. I got good news for you. $15. Now when we get an answer, you're gonna look at this picture and say, does 15 make sense? All right, next one. Parallel lines and transversals, proportionality theorem. If parallel, parallel. This is a lot like the previous example, only in the this is just a piece of it could be a piece of a triangle. So it's basically the same thing. Take a guess.
X over 12.
Uh, 10. Does that make sense for our situation?
Anything?
13 would not make sense because it would be bigger than this one. What's another number that? What? 22 would. Okay, x over 18 equals cross multiply. And when I cross multiply, Matthew, when I cross multiply, there's a little trick on this one, right? About cross multiplying. Something different we didn't have. Right, I'm going to have to distribute. I'm just going to write it without distributing it first. I'm going to have to distribute that 8. Rakaya, if I have x's on both sides, what should I do? How would I know if it made sense? That, I mean, I'm not sure that picture-wise it doesn't look right, but we can't go by the picture. And then if I plugged it back in 20 plus 10, and that would be 30. So this one, if 18 is slightly less than 20, 27 is slightly less than 30, that probably looks about right. But picture-wise, just so you guys know, I don't really know of lines, but this one should be longer than this one, but we can't go by the pictures. It's probably on the scale. Somebody like me drew that. All right, last one. The theorem. If a ray bisects an angle of a triangle, then it divides the opposite side into segments whose lengths are proportional to the lengths of the other two sides. The ray. Which is the ray. The ray is going to be BD, and that is going to divide this bottom into AD, which is going to be proportional with I'll put, I'm just trying to decide which way I want to set it up at first. AD proportional with DC, just as AB would be proportional with CB. There's another way to set it up. That's why I was like there for a second. Do you see how I set it up? I used the two bottoms. Then I used the two sides. Okay. All right, so find X. Avneet, help me set it up. Ooh, wait. Okay. 8 over 10 is equal to x over 12.5. Excellent. And then we're going to cross multiply that. And then Jesse's going to tell me the answer for X. Yeah. Thank you for not hurrying to get your calculator out for that one. Sometimes we can do stuff on our own. All right. And then, Maggie, can you help me set this one up? Okay. Cross multiply. Yeah, you're right. Very good. So those are our notes for today. By the way, this is section, if it matters, sometimes it doesn't. If it matters to you, this is section 4. And for our signed in, I will pass out, it is a maze. And the maze looks like this. That looks like this. Guess what blank one? That's right. And then what's going to happen is you start, and you're going to solve for x, and x can either be 10 or be 30. It's hard to read the lettering because it's small up here, but you see how there's 2 arrows? So if you get 37, you go this way. If you get 10, you go this way. What if you don't get the right answer at all? Yeah, like if you don't get one of these answers, you've messed up. You don't just go to the closest answer. If you don't get the answer, you messed up. So go fix your work. Question? It says on here that not every single box will necessarily be used.
Okay. I said that because I once had this teacher that gave us like a 30-box maze and made us hit every single box.
You just have to get. You have to get to finish.
Yeah, like she didn't make us do every single box. Like the maze brought.